Now that basketball's on hold right now, I just wanted to talk about who I think was the greatest of all time. And it has to be, in my opinion, Bernard King, that nobody really talks about. But the reason I mention this is because I met the man because I used to work for a limousine company and I used to drive him around on occasion out to dinner to wherever he wanted to go. And this was right before he got traded to the Washington Bullets. So he was at kind of at the end of his career. But the reason that I think he's the greatest of all time is because the guy had class. That that goes a long way when you're at the professional level. You got to have a little bit of that. So, and another reason why I mention it is they're talking about these horse games they're playing, and he's basically had the car for a year because they put his picture on the cover of our company, which I don't work for the company anymore. But the first time I ever took him home, pulled down his driveway, and I see two big dog Mercedes, a black one and a maroon one. So as I get closer to the house, I notice that it's all glass. The whole side of his house is glass. So I'm looking inside as I'm approaching the house, and he's got half a basketball court in his house. So I'm thinking to myself, man, maybe that's how he got this good. I mean, today's day and age, they all have these things in their house. But I was thinking, man, he would score 30, 40, 50 points a game, and nobody even mentions his name. So I figured I'd mention his name because I didn't forget about the guy. And I kind of learned that when you get to professional sports, you got to have a little class. And there's a lot of athletes like that, but then there's some of them that are not like that. But that's just my opinion. And he was a great man because I used to talk to him. He was probably one of the only professional athletes I've ever talked to in person, face to face. And he was a down to earth guy. So, in my opinion, he's the greatest of all time. It ain't against nobody. There's people that are playing that are considered the greatest, but it's just my opinion. Because his parents still lived in Brooklyn at the time, and he offered to buy them a house anywhere that they wanted to live. And they just wouldn't leave those projects in Brooklyn because I took them home a few times too. So I look at it like this: it's where you come from, and that's how you really find out what you're made of. So, anyway, till next time, I'm Johnny Watt, and you're not. So, have a great day. Good night.